A disclaimer before we begin. Despite the imagery, this video is intended for viewers 16 and over and is told through an adult perspective. Also, I originally did a live stream of this very video, but unfortunately due to a technical glitch, it only captured 8 minutes of it, meaning that the full version of our original video is sadly lost, and as such we had to do it again. And to be quite honest with you, I liked our original version better. Also, in this new show I'm doing called No Rush Discussions, I will not be doing reviews of the subjects we cover on the show, but instead discussing them. These are not full reviews or analytical videos. There is a big difference between reviews and analytical videos and discussions. As such, these videos will not be as detailed as my regular review series. I hope to one day do a full review on both of these movies and discuss them more thoroughly. But until then, here's what we have created. I hope you enjoy.
Sonic, he can really move. Sonic, he's got an attitude. Sonic, he's the fastest thing alive. He's the fastest thing alive. He's the fastest thing alive.
Today we are here, folks, to talk about Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and 2. The new Sonic the Hedgehog movie 2 is out in theaters, and I thought we'd take this opportunity to talk about the first Sonic the Hedgehog as well as the second one. Now, I'm not a Sonic fan, I'm a Mario person.
I grew up with Sonic.
Well, which one? The ones on the Genesis, or...?
No, well, that, but I think I played a little bit of it when I was a kid, but then I also played, watched the Sonic X and watched all the Sonic TV shows and stuff like that too as well.
I'm more of a Mario fan. Sonic the Hedgehog, the heyday was his days on the Sega Genesis, but Sonic 1 through 3, and then Sonic and Knuckles and Spinball wasn't too bad, but then he got to a point where when he crossed into the newer consoles like the Dreamcast, he got lost along the way. Sonic Adventure was pretty good, but Sonic 06 was terrible, and then Sonic Boom was away. The point is that we saw Sonic 2, and actually they gave us really nice a little poster art and even a comic book that's actually sort of a sequel to the movie. The first Sonic the Hedgehog movie, when it was announced, was our concerns were, would it represent the game?
If you know the trailer, I think the first trailer, God, was atrocious.
The first trailer looked awful. He looks like a rodent. They wanted to make it like a realistic hedgehog, and it did not work.
No,
like,
when I saw it, like I said, no, ain't gonna work out. Felt like very dreadful. Like,
oh my god, I actually, you know what I just found recently? I found more screenshots of what the original Sonic looked like.
Oh god. Oh, I must know!
God, it's bad. It is so bad.
Meow.
It just didn't work. It's like a CG blob of nothing. When it was announced that Sonic the Hedgehog would be turned into a movie, the reaction was, eh. And then when the first trailer came out, I could not believe
they kind of ruined the Sonic design. Like, he looked like a freaking human. His teeth like a freaking beaver, dude. And what? Does he even look like Sonic to you? Probably not. I felt like my eyes were bleeding. Like, I didn't want to see that Sonic. I probably would have seen it anyway, but
yeah, I would have seen it too, but a lot of people took to social media and was like, you cannot release this in this state at all. You're gonna have a train wreck. You're just gonna be like every other video game-based movies. The guys who were working on the movie, they announced we were gonna delay the release. He got retweaked to look more like Sonic, and when it was released, the reaction was, finally.
Better, because yes. I felt like the new design actually improved the
exactly. It was,
if it released it on that state that it was before, I mean, my friends would probably still watch it.
I would have watched it anyway.
But still, it will not look like Sonic.
No, it would be a complete disaster. It would be a complete train wreck. Oh my god.
Then probably not been made into a sequel.
Would have been like
creepy shit fire. I was always thinking, how would Knuckles look like? How would Tails look like? I think about how they would look like if they released it like that shitty format. Like, oh, damn! Oh my god, Knuckles looks like creepy. Tails, what the hell? What happened to you, Tails? You don't look like the cute little Tails you love.
No, Tails doesn't look like Tails. Thank God they heard our complaints and they re-edited the movie, and he looks
the trailers came
better.
Out. The trailers came out. Re-advanced trailer again,
and we were very pleased.
Way better.
And the end result, considering that video game movies have have had a really bad track record for being bad. I mean, I can think of a few examples on the top of my head right now. All the Uwe Boll movies.
Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed was awful. That was a terrible. Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
There was another one that had like a big, huge. They were like all muscular, and I forgot what it was. Warcraft.
You know what? I completely forgot I even saw that.
I saw the theater. Actually, nah, it was horrible.
So video game movies have a bad track record. Nowadays, they're getting better.
Like Uncharted.
I haven't seen that yet. Sonic the Hedgehog starts off with Sonic, born with this incredible gift of super speed. He's under the watchful eye of Claw, who's this owl character. He's hunted by these soldiers, and he didn't even know that they were following him. Like, how exactly did they know? Claw tells Sonic that he needs to go to Earth. He is asked to go there and hide from whoever is after him. Sonic has been on Earth for a number of years now, but he's all alone. He doesn't have anybody, but he's watching this person by the name of Donut Ward, who is a sheriff. Well, his name is Tom.
I know, but I like his name.
You know what? I don't even care. His name is Donut Ward to me.
I like his name. Donut Ward is pretty killer.
He calls him Donut Ward. He accidentally causes a power surge, which the military created a special program where
we'll talk about the power surge in the second one.
They hire Dr. Robotnik, played by Jim Carrey, to hunt him down.
Awesome.
And they are running away from Robotnik, who wants to kill him. He needs Donut Ward's help, and so that's basically the movie.
What do you think about Dr. Robotnik?
Jim Carrey, I think, was probably the only choice for Dr. Robotnik.
Hilarious.
He was the right element of goofiness, but also seriousness to him. Like, he's so determined to get this hedgehog. I'm referencing The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, that awful show. I see him as like the only choice for Dr. Robotnik. James Marsden as the Donut Ward, I'm not a fan of his work. I've never liked his movies. His characters I just don't care for.
What about this one? How did he do this one?
He was better. He was better than he's been in other movies. What he had to work with, I think he tried to make it work. He tried. His acting was a teeny better than I've seen him in other movies, but I don't know. I think he's okay. The script, okay. When you adapt Sonic the Hedgehog, there has to be something that's very familiar. You want the movie to feel like they took inspiration from the games, and they did, kind of. Green Hill Zone is in the movie in the beginning. That's Sonic's original homeworld with Claw, and it looks exactly like Green Hill Zone. You can't hide it. You can't mistake it. It's an iconic location in the Sonic games that's been repeated over and over in the other games. Mushroom World is in there. I actually found out that Mushroom World is there. You know, there's this whole subplot where if he's ever in danger, he has to go to the Mushroom World where he has to be hidden from everybody.
Or in Better World.
Mushroom World is there. That's Mushroom World. I found that out later. The town that he resides in is called Green Hills.
Oh, weird. Green Hills in the game, but Green Hills also in the world.
Right. It's weird because Green Hills Zone's in the beginning.
Maybe it's the world from Green Hills way beforehand.
Oh my god!
I'm just guessing. I'm not sure. I'm just elaborating.
Yeah.
But I'm just guessing that Green Hills, maybe that was back in the day where Green Hills was maybe that, or maybe Green Hills was back in the day like that too.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just guessing, or maybe it's just they called it Green Hills just for reference.
It's just a reference, and also if you listen closely toward the end of the movie, the Green Hills Zone theme plays. I'm not kidding. It's very slow, but if you hear it at the right moment, you will recognize it. But these movies have a lot of references to the games.
Pretty good.
But you have to pay attention to notice them. Sonic, I think he did okay.
The new design of Sonic.
The new design
made it a little better for Sonic.
He looks exactly like Sonic. I mean, he looks exactly like him.
The old design would have had a creepy face.
Oh my god.
Buck teeth. No gloves. No shoes.
Well, he had shoes, but they didn't look...
No.
White.
They painted on the gloves that are literally like, what?
They painted the gloves, jeez.
That's not actually gloves, no.
No, they're not gloves.
They made him like a human.
They're white.
They made him long legs, long hands, no gloves, buck teeth.
Do you know that that's white fur? But he has it's white fur.
The design was super creepy. Like, no, it's not gonna work out. Hell no. They got the delayed it.
And they captured his humor, his personality, right? He's like that hip guy who was...
He's a kid.
Yeah, he's a kid.
Adorable little kid.
I mean,
honestly, it never would have been awesome to have him as a pet.
True, but I'll be honest.
But it's hard to work with, trust me.
The first time I saw it, I was a little worried about how they would capture his hip attitude. The humor was there, but it's fun. Honestly, which is more than I can say for something like any of the other video game movies that exist. But Sonic the Hedgehog, I just felt like they're pretty enjoyable adventure movies for all ages. I just felt like it was really an enjoyable movie. The second time I saw it, I was like, okay, now I'm enjoying this. I could watch this again and again. I could. You have to understand that video game movies have had a bad track record, and the fact that somebody listened to the fans and just said, okay, we're gonna try to make this work. We're gonna listen to the fans and we're gonna give them what they want, I think was commendable. They honored the fans. I mean, not me, but the fans.
All the backlash it had with the
yeah, the backlash was deserved. Sonic 2, on the other hand, okay.
It improves upon a little bit.
How do I describe this movie? Alright, so you make a first one, which nobody had any faith in anyway. You make it, people like it, the fans like it.
Because the first one did pretty well.
And
the reason why I greenlit a sequel.
No, usually that's a sign of, oh, the first one made a lot of money, so we're gonna just make a sequel. Sonic 1 does really good with fans and audiences and critics, and it did make a good amount of money, and it was well deserved of that. You make a sequel, and this time you're gonna include Tails and Knuckles.
Knuckles? Gears Alba as Knuckles.
Yes! Alright, so thank you. Sonic has been living in Green Hills for some time now. Donut Ward and his wife are going to Hawaii to attend his wife's sister's wedding. They're gonna be gone for 48 hours, and so Sonic is left at home by himself to exercise responsibility. And then Tails comes from his own planet.
How he finds that out, it was the power surge.
Yeah, you remember the power surge in the first one? The power surge was so massive that Tails on his homeworld, because he kind of wants to know more about him, and then he tried to find Sonic. He's been searching for him for quite some time.
Yeah.
But what none of them expect is that Dr. Robotnik, at the very end of the movie, he's been on Mushroom Planet. We're not going to say why he's there. Somehow he was, okay, this is where my problems come in. He was able to create a world summoning satellite out of nothing but mushrooms.
No, I think he had like some scraps he had from his backpack. I don't know where he got it from. I think he got from a ship. From a ship.
Right.
Maybe from a ship. Maybe from the first film.
Okay, that makes sense.
Maybe when he crashed, I think he used that ship's technology and used his the parts.
Wait,
to
but at
make
the end of the first movie, he was just seen wandering around the mushroom world with his rock. All of a sudden, during that time, he decided to take pieces of his ship and decided to create a world summoning satellite.
Probably. Think about it.
I don't know. I just didn't understand.
He used that parts from the ship to make them.
He's able to create this world summoning beacon, and he in turn summons Knuckles from his homeworld. Knuckles the Echidna. He's after Sonic 2 for reasons that you will find out later. Knuckles meets Dr. Robotnik for the first time. He's wondering where he got this quill.
Awesome.
Dr. Robotnik has had this quill of Sonic throughout the first movie. He was able to acquire his quill kind of in Donut Ward's house. He's been using it the whole time to power up his ship and his gadgets and his robots. They team up to try and find Sonic. They're after the same thing, which is to destroy him. So now Tails and Sonic are out on the run from Dr. Robotnik, while Donut Ward and his wife are in Hawaii, completely oblivious to everything that's been going on. At first, when all this was happening, I thought, oh, please, don't do this thing where...
The human scenes were
Don't do this thing where all of this is going on, and then they come back, and then they see that nothing happened. Yeah, don't do that, please. They didn't do that, thankfully. But the human characters this time around was very weak. Where in the first movie, the human characters were okay.
But the second one, I wanted them to focus on
completely useless.
I wanted to focus on the second one, like a little bit more on Sonic's friends. Like,
yeah,
about that. But I don't mind the human interaction. That's fine.
The human interaction was very flat this time.
But I wish it was improved upon a little bit more.
The whole goal of this movie is to find this diamond that contains all 7 Chaos Emeralds. Yes, they included the Chaos Emeralds in this one. Thank God. The Chaos Emeralds they're in this diamond, this green diamond. Sonic has had this map for a long time. I forgot to mention, do you know the rains in the games? The rains that Sonic collects. Well, in the movies, they're teleportation devices. They're portals to other worlds. He uses them during the chase with Dr. Robotnik in the first movie. It's not known how many of them he has, but he uses them a lot.
Maybe he has a lot. Who knows? Maybe he has a million.
But Wong Claw gave them to him to only use in emergencies, and he exploits them. These are emergency use only rings.
I think he has a lot of rings. I'm not sure how many.
Yeah,
rings
well,
he has.
I don't think he's gonna have any more by the end of the third one, whenever that comes out.
Oh, like I'm out. No! I used all my rings. Oh, I'm dead.
Where am I gonna get any more? It's interesting how they took the rings, an element of the games that were basically useless outside of protecting yourself from enemies, and created some use out of them. Exactly. Yeah. So I'm glad that they did that. That's how Donut Ward and his wife were able to go to Hawaii in the first place, because he used one of those. But Sonic in this one, I don't know. I think my problem is when characters try to be hip and with it. It's like when a character acts all hip and doesn't care, I can't buy that.
I think he's trying to learn how to become a hero. He's just slowly becoming a hero. Slowly.
No, but he exploits.
He's still a kid. He's learning
anything that's hip. So like new technology.
He doesn't know.
It doesn't interest me at all.
He doesn't know all this stuff because he's from his own homeworld. So he doesn't know all this cool stuff in the American world. You know what I mean?
You give somebody a cell phone and you use her like crazy. You give him like a boombox and headphones, and what do you think's gonna happen?
He probably does.
Yeah,
probably. I doubt he'll know how to use it right off the bat. He just probably needs to learn how to use it.
But actually, Tails' technology is a little better because Tails he created his own technology with teleportation devices, weapons. He created all of that, and I think that's an element in the games. Not the original games, but like in the later games. He created his own weapons. The plane from Sonic 3 there's a lot more references to the games in Sonic 2 than there was in the first one. There's one shot, blink and you miss it, where Sonic does like this. That was the image of Sonic Adventure.
There's also there's a reference from Sonic X2 as well,
where Knuckles is punching him and he's dodging and he's like, "Why are you not dead yet?"
Not like, why can't I hate you?
Why can't I hate you? Now let's talk about Knuckles.
There's Alba as Knuckles. What do you think about his acting? He was also in Ghost Rider.
Oh, yeah, well, he was also in a number of other movies.
Yeah. But as this one, there's Alba as Knuckles. Fantastic!
I felt like Idris Elba was the only person you could have chose if everyone else who played Knuckles was not available. And I feel like that's what happened.
If everybody else did Knuckles, we're like, I probably would not like Knuckles more. I don't know. But I probably would doubt it if everybody else was.
But the woman voicing Tails is back. She voiced Tails.
She's from the video game series.
Yeah, she voiced Tails in some of the other games. I don't know which ones exactly. She was one of the original voice actresses for Tails, and I think that's great that they included her. Idris Elba, I don't know if all the other actors were not available or what.
But it's still a good pick.
True. I think Idris Elba's character reminded me a lot of Michael B. Jordan's character in Black Panther. Fighting for my tribe, for honor. They created a backstory for Knuckles. And to be quite honest with you, it was not what I expected. Knuckles' father went to go working for it, and he said that one day your time will come when you will honor our tribe and our land, and he was never seen again. Well, it turned out that the battle where he was going that day was to fight Longclaw. This is my biggest problem. How did the Echidnas know Longclaw? Did they have some kind of rivalry? Did they have some kind of like feud going on? Was there something? Was there something that Longclaw knew that they wanted information from? Then why did they kill her? Why did they kill her?
She didn't die in the first film. She didn't die.
Kinda.
No, first film.
Then why don't we see her?
No, the second film.
The second film, she was a hologram in this map.
But mostly, she died in the first film.
Yes, but why did they? What rivalry did they have?
I think that was a flashback.
Sonic lost Longclaw, and Knuckles lost his father. Why would he want to kill him if they?
Because
I don't know. I just didn't understand it.
Maybe Knuckles does not know his things what happened to him right away, until he finds out later on. Oh, when Sonic does explain to Knuckles what happened to Longclaw.
Yeah, I know, but why would Longclaw and the Echidnas and Longclaw have a rivalry? What exactly did they?
Maybe they just want the map. Maybe.
Were they after the same diamond too?
Maybe the kid.
Did they want to get information about the diamond? About the diamond through Longclaw? Like.
Maybe they wanted to get the Longclaw. They probably would have wanted to get the information from Longclaw. Maybe they didn't want to kill her in the first place. Maybe she was in the way.
I don't know.
Maybe they don't want to kill Longclaw in the first place. Maybe they want to just get information.
I don't know. That was just really confusing.
Maybe they don't want to hurt her in the first place. Maybe she was in the way. Maybe she didn't get information. Maybe they had no choice.
Or if they were fighting for the same diamond, basically.
Yes, probably so. You can make a lot of accusations. You can determine different things. You can't just say that as a problem. You can think about different aspects, different things to determine what you can see.
Okay, well, if we might have a better explanation of why the Echidnas have his feud with Longclaw, but you cannot explain to me the boss sweaty. At some point, Sonic is running away from an avalanche. Tails is injured because of a bomb blast thanks to Dr. Robotnik. And Donut Ward gets a phone call from Sonic saying, remember that ring I gave you? You need to use it right now. And it turns out that the ring's about to be put on the finger of...
That'd be hilarious. Like, if it comes out the finger, like, oh my god.
Anyway,
weird!
He screws up a wedding already. He throws the ring and then Sonic comes in with the avalanche and everything. It's like, you ruined the wedding. Well, it turns out that the wedding was all a setup thanks to the military, who they created this program to capture characters like Sonic. He's like, wait, Dr. Robotnik is dead, but that doesn't make any sense. They realize, oh, Dr. Robotnik's back. But may I ask a question? So you're telling me that Donut Ward and his wife were not able to see that there was something very off about this wedding? That it was just spontaneous out of nowhere? That's part of the problem. This whole thing was spontaneous. They had no preparation whatsoever. And you're telling me that they were not able to see that? Come on.
Maybe they didn't
I'm just saying it just came out of nowhere. It was completely stupid.
At least there was a twist, though. I didn't know about it.
But it doesn't make sense. A twist has to make some resemblance of sense. And this did not make sense. And then the bride does this whole Bridezilla thing where she gets her revenge. And then she on this golf cart thing and she like comes out of explosions. The human story, it just wasn't interesting to me. I felt like it was a little weaker. I just didn't care about it this time around. But all the stuff with Sonic and Tails and Knuckles are featured prominently.
Yes.
They were not waste of space. They weren't trailer filler, and they weren't just there for a trailer. They had a lot of screen time. In fact, Knuckles is the main villain this time around. He's the main villain. But why would you not have him featured prominently? Tails has a lot of interactions with Sonic. In fact, they're together throughout most of the movie. Knuckles has a lot of interactions with Dr. Robotnik, but right now them is pretty good. They were not waste of space. And by the end of the movie, we're not gonna say, but by the end of the movie, it's so great to have them together in one movie.
I'm actually happy.
I'm wondering if we're gonna include the other Sonic characters, like the Chaotix, Amy, Shadow. Well, maybe not Shadow, but I know what you were going to say. Don't you dare do that.
I said,
don't you dare do that.
I said,
non-spoiler review. It's nice that
but yes, but still fun.
He's got another friend now. He's got Tails. You have two good Sonic the Hedgehog movies. This didn't even seem possible 20 years ago. 20 years ago, nobody knew what they were doing. When they were making video game movies like Super Mario Bros. And Double Dragon, they didn't know what they were doing at all. Now, we have people who seem like they know what they're doing, and they know how to take something and make it decent. No, I'm not saying these movies are high art or anything. I'm not saying these movies are fantastic, but they are enjoyable. They're rewatchable. Well, I have the first Sonic the Hedgehog. I own the first one, but I am gonna get the second one. They're enjoyable. They're fun. They're great adventure movies. They have good casting. They have decent visuals. Overall, you got a good start so far. I'm looking forward to Sonic 3. The first Sonic, I would give a 9.
Yes,
I would give it a 9 because that blew everybody away because, like, oh my god, we have a good video game movie now. Finally, it broke the curse of video game movies. Sonic 2...
8 for you, probably.
8. The human story was bland and pretty bad. But to see Knuckles and Tails being represented correctly and also having featured prominently and also have a pretty decent plot.
For me, finally give it like an 8 or a 9 for me. Just
yeah,
like
finally including the Chaos Emeralds, having character development with Sonic. I feel like we're on the right track.
Minus rating is 9.0.
I just wonder if this is going to backfire.
We don't know.
Because we have
heard
two good movies.
We heard Jim Carrey might not return the role of Dr. Robotnik.
Well,
we don't know just yet.
Well, I also heard they wouldn't recast him.
So they're not. So they're gonna keep him.
So we're kind of in a weird position where it's like he says he won't do movies, anymore until
We'll see.
like a really good script comes along.
See,
but
if the
but
good
they're not gonna recast him either.
So if they're gonna have their good script for Dr. Robotnik for the Sonic 3,
right,
he might come back. Who knows?
Right.
Who
knows? Who knows what we're gonna do with Sonic?
I would not
3.
mind for him to return as Dr. Robotnik because it's always a perfect choice for him for sure.
Good job, guys. You're on the right track here. We have 2 Sonic the Hedgehog movies, and both of them are pretty good.
Even Uncharted.
Well, I haven't seen Uncharted
But
yet.
yes,
I haven't
that's
seen
also
Uncharted,
pretty
but
good too as well.
both these movies are flawed. That is true. They both have flaws in them. But flaws, they don't diminish your enjoyment of them.
Yes.
Maybe if I'm bored or something, I want to pop these in and just enjoy them. They're enjoyable, flaws and all, which is more than I can say for other video game movies that have come out in the past.
There's a lot of other video game movies that were pretty terrible.
Assassin's Creed, I just didn't have any enjoyment with.
It's supposed to be a better version of Assassin's Creed I was supposed to hear about, but they kind of scrapped it.
They changed the script.
They went with this piece of garbage. Like I actually had a ticket for a free ticket to watch it, but forgot I actually had it, and I paid the full ticket for watch the shitty film. Like, I was like, damn, that's one of the worst British shitty. Made no sense. I mean, I like the fact that it wasn't different. I wish when they went with the Animus, I definitely would have thought I definitely liked that part in the other aspect of the world. But with the human world aspect, it felt like.
And the machine that he goes in, that he.
That's the Animus, but
it didn't be Animus. It didn't even look like the Animus.
No, it felt like a weird something. It looks like a Matrix. Like,
yeah.
No, that movie just looks stupid.
I think in the games it looked like.
Animus is like you just lay down. Flat. They do have different versions of AC2.
But in the movie, they made it like
AC2 is like a chair.
It watches on your back and like you're kind of like
AC2,
moving around.
The AC2
like this
version, Assassin's Creed 2, it's kind of like a chair for a cooler.
That's better.
That's better. They also have a flatter version, AC1.
Right.
So that's the movie that I saw earlier. Movie, whatever it's called. They're probably gonna just take the money and leave because I doubt they're gonna greenlit a sequel for that one. I think that's I don't know what it's called. I think it was like.
Was it Need for Speed?
No. I have it in my A-list thing. I did see. It was not good of a film. Morbius. It was a mediocre film. I doubt that they're going to make greenlit a sequel to that one too. So because it didn't... A lot of people say it made a lot of money, but I doubt it. Right. But I have not checked the budget for that.
That's it, guys.
Thanks for watching. Have a safe weekend. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.